romance dramas, romance K-dramas really, but romance dramas in general. I think there is a reason why it's probably the most popular genre when it comes to Korean dramas or Asian dramas. There's a lot to love about romance. I know I am very particular in my romance dramas and I don't watch a lot, but I still watch some and have enjoyed many romance dramas in the past 15, 17 years that I've watched. But in this video today, I kind of want to convince people to try other genres because there's so much more out there than just romance dramas. And this is not to like knock romance dramas whatsoever. As I said, I watch them myself, but maybe try some other genres. I'm going to give some reasons why I think that's a good idea to watch other genres or basically branch out into other genres. And some of these reasons are kind of the same as why I think you should branch out to other countries other than Korean dramas or Chinese if you're only watching Chinese dramas. Watch all other countries as well. So here are some of my reasons why I think you should try other genres other than romance when it comes to watching Asian dramas. First one is there's so much more out there. I think if you only stick to romance, you're missing out on so many other great stories, so many other great dramas, other great acting. There's so much more out there to watch other than romance dramas. Granted, there's a lot of romance dramas as well to watch. I'm not saying there's nothing to watch in romance, but you're missing out on a bunch of other things you could be watching. And when I say genres, now I am a very big crime drama watcher. So a lot of the examples I'm going to be giving in this video have to do with crime dramas because I watch primarily a lot of crime dramas. But there's so many other genres out there to try other than romance and other than crime even. There's so many other genres you can try that if you only stick to one genre, in this case romance, you're missing out on a lot of stuff you could find and like and appreciate. Along that same lines, a lot of dramas you find nowadays, especially in Korean dramas, but also just dramas in general, and what I love about Asian dramas is you generally can find a lot of Asian dramas with more than one genre in it. So if you only watch romance dramas, you might not find other genres within it. Whereas you might find other dramas that have like romance, but there's also crime involved, or there's also like political intrigue involved, or it's a historical drama. Like it's great when you can branch out and find dramas that have more than one genre in it, because if a drama has more than one genre, it makes it more appealing to more people. And I know some people say like, oh, I don't want romance with my serial killers, or I don't want a serial killer all of a sudden popping up in a romance drama. That's fair. I don't like that either, especially when it's not marketed that way. But there are some great dramas that is marketed that way, that you will have a crime drama with romance in it, and it goes well with those. And there's some parts of romance dramas that have crime in it. They mix well together and they're written well, and there's many examples I can give you when that happens. So I love when Asian dramas have more than one genre in it because it allows more people to enjoy that drama because they might not like the crime part of a show, but they'll like stick around for the romance or vice versa. Another reason why I want people to branch out and try other genres is acting is phenomenal. I mean, and we know this from romance dramas too, but there is something really satisfying about acting when it comes to other genres that you might not find in romance, specifically only romance dramas. Because yes, romance dramas can have like emotional scenes and very these epic love stories that have a lot of trauma and a lot of angst in them. Same with crime dramas. Like crime dramas can develop these stories that the actors and actresses have to deal with a lot, and that brings out a lot of great acting. Or it allows actors to try roles they normally don't do, and that diversify their acting ability. So you might know an actor from only doing romance. If you know an actor from only doing romance dramas, and then you see him in a crime drama, or you see him in a political thriller, more times than not, when that happens, and I see somebody who's like, oh, I've never seen him do this role, he did so well, it's always surprising because they always do very well when they try out another genre. And I love when actors do that. I love when actors get out of this mold of only doing romance and what they're known for, and then they try a completely different genre and role, and they kill it. Because that just proves they're so good at acting, which we knew this already. Like, having other genres allows actors to diversify and try something else, but also allows the watcher to do that. Because I think one of the reasons why Korean dramas became internationally known for their romance, that was the first what they became internationally known way back in the day before 2020 happened, the pandemic happened. They were known for their romance. And so people kind of who did not like romance dramas would actively avoid Asian dramas or Korean dramas in this case, because all they thought was like, oh, they only do romance. They only do romance dramas. That's not my thing. I want action. I want crime. But what they don't realize is it's like Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't just do romance movies and romance dramas. Same with Korea, same with China, same with all these countries. They do other genres, and you wouldn't know that if you didn't branch out, really. And that's what's great is like there's something for everybody in Asian dramas in general. And if you only stick to one genre, you're kind of missing out. And you kind of don't know that. So different genres create different obstacles, different challenges for actors, shows their emotional chops, gives them something else to bite into and really act out. I love when actors diversify their acting roles. The other thing I love about crime dramas too is they give crimes, historicals really, or even like political thrillers. A lot of veteran actors are in these genres. Because obviously, if they're older, they can't really, unless the romance is an older adult romance, which for the most part, let's admit that it's not. It's usually younger people in these lead roles in romance. You're missing out on some great acting with that because you have these veteran actors who have been acting forever, who are very talented, getting lead roles in these other genres who you might never be exposed to if you always watch romance. Another big thing that I found, a trope I love when it comes to crime dramas, is found family. A lot of crime dramas and a lot of that genre have found family in it. So if you love found family, try out some crime dramas. And because more times than not, you have a found family. It's a trope that's very common in that genre. So that's another reason why to watch crime dramas or just diversify your genres that you try out. The other thing is if you are trying to get other people to watch Asian dramas and you know they don't like romance dramas, try another genre. Watch something with your partner who might only like action or might only like scary stuff or zombie stuff or revenge. Like the revenge category, it's not necessarily a genre, but it's mostly revenge is really geared towards crime, really. I mean, there's obviously some romance dramas that have to do with revenge too. That's the mix of genres together. Having other genres and trying out other genres allows you to maybe bring your friends or your partner into the fold, that when you watch another genre that your partner might like, you can watch it together. It brings other people into what you like. So I always say, watch other genres so you find some dramas to watch with other people when you know they don't watch romance stuff. Another thing is, I always say, if you are in a slump, try another genre, try another country, try another anything, because you might be romanced out. You might have just watched a bunch of romance dramas and you're in a slump. You're not liking anything. Try a political thriller, try a historical that doesn't have romance, or try a crime drama, as I said, try a comedy, try a medical drama. Just watch something completely different that you normally don't watch, and that usually for me that works. Where if I'm in a complete slump and let's say I've just watched a bunch of crime dramas, I'll watch a romance drama, and that will most likely get me out of my slump because I'll find something that I like, or try a different country at the same time. Again, a lot of these reasons kind of can go hand in hand with that video that I want to do on like why you should watch other countries other than K-dramas, trying to like if you only primarily watch K-dramas, why you should watch other countries. If you only watch Chinese dramas, why you should watch other countries. But that's for another video. If you're in a slump, watch a completely different genre. It always works for me. It always works for me to watch a completely different genre, do a 180 on what I was recently watching, and usually gets me out of the slump. Another thing that other genres do, and not that romance genre does not do this, again, speaking primarily of crime, but really a lot of other genres, is they talk about societal issues. Like the crime dramas are not afraid, are not shy about talking about societal issues, whether that's bullying in Korean dramas or that's, I don't know, caste system in historical, like poor versus rich, like emperor versus servant, that type of thing, treatment of women, or sexism in the workplace, or boss versus employee relationship in the workplace. There's a lot of societal issues that are talked about in these other genres that romance dramas might not touch on or don't touch on. And obviously, we all know romance dramas touch on those as well, depending on what the drama is. But I feel like I have found in, especially crime dramas, they talk about societal issues a lot more openly than a romance drama might. And I love that. I love when dramas use their platform to talk about societal issues because I can relate to some of those societal issues, and I'm sure a lot of other people can. So I love when people watch dramas that talk about those things that need to be talked about and need to be brought up and need to be addressed. And you might not get that in a romance drama because it might only be talked about in a crime drama. Another reason, brings variety to your watch list. If you are just watching one genre, that might be great. That's awesome. But I always like variety on my watch list. And there's always something for me to watch if I have variety on my watch list. Why not try another genre? Why not try something else? Also, if you are avoiding a genre because you think, like, for example, with crime, you think all are going to be violent or all are going to be scary, that's fair. There is a lot. There is a lot. But there's also funny. There's also really comedy crime dramas. There's medical, if you're afraid of surgery. There's definitely some older medical dramas that don't show the surgery scenes, or maybe it's like more of a psychiatry drama. There's definitely dramas out there that it's just the psychology of something versus you're seeing a surgery scene, or like you don't want the seriousness or the anxiety of a medical drama where they're running around with trauma patients. Well, there's definitely comedy medical shows that don't have any of that either. So there's a lot of like genres that have things that go against the stereotypes of the genres. Like if you think the stereotype of a crime drama is they're all dark and all violent, that's not necessarily the case. Same with medical. They all have to deal with surgeries and they all are gory because of the surgeries. Not the case, whatever. Or you avoid political because they're boring and they're very dry. Okay, there's something to be said about that, of course, absolutely, but some aren't. Some aren't political and dry. It's just that's a stereotype that they have. So yeah, it's like you won't know that until you try it. It's kind of like don't knock it until you try it, basically. Another reason why to try other genres, I've always found the OSTs and cinematography of crime dramas really very unique. And if you're that type of person where you love cinematography and dramas like I do, you should really try out a crime drama or an action drama. The way they sometimes shoot action scenes is fantastic. Fantastic. And I love when they try something new when it comes to cinematography in a crime or a medical drama or a political thriller drama, because it's not something you normally see in a romance drama, because they're trying to get a different emotion behind it. Same with the OSTs. The OSTs are so different when it comes to other genres other than romance. I love OSTs from other genres because most of the time it's thriller, it's crime, it's medical. You don't have ballads a lot of the time, but you might have a different instrumental where like you have more brass or more drums, or it's more fast-paced in the songs. I love other genres OSTs. And for the last reason is, it's like, why not? I think that's my another reason is like, why not try another genre? Because what do you have to lose? You don't like the drama. Okay, sure. You don't like the drama. You don't have to like the drama. You don't have to like the genre. But it's like, why not try other genres? Like, why not see if you are missing out on something, if you are missing out on a really great drama or discovering your next favorite actor because you've never tried another genre. So my question to you is, why not try the other genres? And if you haven't answered that, if you are totally against this video and you're like, I only want to watch romance, please let me know in the comments on why. Because I'm really curious about this. Because I do watch romance dramas, but I watch other genres and I watch other countries, and I really want to know, like, why do you stick to a certain genre and never watch anything else? Why do you stick to a certain genre and never watch anything else? I want to know that. I want to know. Please comment below your answer. And let me know what you think of this video. Do you think I'm completely wrong? Do you not agree with my statement? I'm sure there's people who don't, especially if you are romance drama watchers. I really am not hating on you. I understand completely why you only watch romance. It is the most popular genre in Asian dramas. There's no denying that. Everybody watches them. Let me know in the comments what you think.